Well, hey, welcome. So it's that time. Find those spots, shut those lights off, grab your candle, and remember why we light that candle. We light that candle to connect back to the frequency, to our ancestral frequency. So light that candle. Find that area where you can sit for a little while, where you can concentrate and connect back to your tribe. Sorry. So, very quickly, congratulations. Yay! Y'all deserve this because we now have a studio audience. So, thank you. Just kidding. But it would be nice to have that cheering audience all the time. Somebody's going to pat you on the back and say congratulations. So, if you want to hear it, come here, because that's exactly what we're going to do. And it's important that we keep those happy thoughts going. We keep shooting for that connection. And we continue to work on that beauty, seeing the beauty in all things. And it's not easy. But it's a challenge. It's nothing like you will ever challenge yourself for before in your natural world or in your home life. It's fun to connect back to something old and natural. And that's what we do here. So thank you for coming to this Oracle meditation. Here, that's exactly what we do. We clear our thoughts and we connect back to breath. We imagine and use our imagination. And we imagine that when we inhale, we're inhaling the blessings we're needing or asking for, the medicine that we need to heal our body, and the magic to co-create the world. All we have to do is exhale to make room. Mother Earth will scoop them up, recycle them, and guess what? Turn them back into blessings, medicine, and magic. So once again, congratulations. Thank you. So work on that imagination. Work on being that example that you want to be in. So thank you for liking, for listening, and for finding and practicing your magic and your medicine. Please continue to like, subscribe, and strengthen that message of connection to strengthen our tribe. So let's dive in. We're sitting in the waning Gibson moon, which is the 6th phase. We're sitting in a time of gratitude of the 6th chakra, which is about the throat chakra, about self-esteem and self-expression. The moon is currently sitting in the constellation of Gemini, and we are entering into Cancer today. So what that means is as we are entering into Gemini, Gemini is that planet or that zodiac that's about communication. It's about adaptability, about curiosity. That's what the planet means. And when the moon sits in this constellation, that constellation of Gemini also sits in our body because we are also the universe. And Gemini represents the arms, feeling and folding life, holding life's experiences. When we move into Cancer, Cancer is about nurturing that intuition, emotionally, being emotional and sensitive. And it's also about the breast area. And this is the ability to receive or give intimacy. That's a big one. So we don't just walk mindfully or not, aimlessly in the world, making critical emails and financial decisions. I'm not saying that's not important. I'm just saying it is a balance. At night, this is where our emotions take hold. This is where we start to journal before we go to bed and ask ourselves those existential questions. Those deep questions where we practice speaking positive to our water and to ourselves. Where we start really probing those dreams and wishes and goals. So if you're not doing this, this is the time to do it. We're sitting in the time of gratitude. Time to see the progress that we've made. Know that we are all walking that red road. So let's take those big inhales and get our thoughts clear. So inhale, the medicine, the blessings, the magic, and exhale to make room. Do this a few times. Know that each time that you do it, work on inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. By doing this, you are stimulating that pineal gland. That little break that you get when you hold your breath, that creates a pump. That pump shoots oxygen up into your brain and then slowly exhales through your nose. So we are all walking that great red road headed towards those sacred mountains. As we connect to breath and clear our thoughts, we discover those blessings, the medicine and the magic in the air. We know that we are headed for those sacred mountains with the unobstructed view. We know that we are picking up keys that unlock doors to opportunities. We know and are aware of the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities. We now understand that the animals that cross our way, they have a message. The angels, the ancestors, and we are unlocking that information and practicing what we preach. The direction that we get today, the great mystery. Every time you close your eyes and you enter into the dark, we enter into that great mystery. We enter into that original source. And it's in the dark. Before there was light, there was dark. That's where we pick up our creativity. That's where we pick up that and tame those experiences. We are the co-creators of the world. Don't forget this. As we enter into that time of Cancer, that's where we pick up that intuition. Right now, we are leaving that Gemini constellation about using your voice. Next, we get the wild woman. The wild woman symbolizes that dance and that intuition inside of us. Reminds us of that essence of authenticity and freedom. And yes, I know I have men subscribers and tribe members, but within every man is that intuitive woman. Inside of every woman is that brave man. When this wild woman comes to dance in our reading, we are being invited to shine brightly and know that your truth self is being called out to engage into the world. This is a time of celebration, a time of experiencing. Don't get trapped inside that observing, thinking, behaving, only looking and not partaking. There's a time for everything. Now is the time to simply be mindful and connect to that light within us. We are moving into Cancer, that ability to receive and give and experience that intimacy. Sitting in the 6th chakra, time of self-expression. Asking yourself those deep questions. Probing into your dreams. Into the great mystery, into the original source. And who comes flying into our reading? But hummingbird. To deliver us our joy. to remind us of that happiness and the joy we see and the special feeling we feel when hummingbird flies into our reading. Use that voice. Our ancestors that walk before us come step forward and remind us to create that radiant love. As we ascend into that next dimension and explore the new beginnings, we are asked to create that garden in our mind first. To plant those seeds, to garden in your mind and explore those opportunities. The ancient stones, they tell us to live the question. No coincidence that we are sitting in Gemini and we are asked to continuously be curious, to open our mind and to live in that beautiful garden for a little while. That mind's garden, what is it filled with? When we enter into the waning Gibson moon, which is what we're in, time of gratitude, it's also a time to weed, to check the soil, to check out our progress and see what we have. Those intuitive whispers that you hear, they're telling you it's time to shine. That wild woman that steps forward to dance into her reading, who's followed by the hummingbird, our example of joy, our ancestor telling us to create that radiant love, to spend time in the great mystery of the mind's garden, to live in the question of curiosity, to open your mind and live in it, because it is time to shine. Our angels that walk among us, reminding us that we are not alone, and welcome all of those levels of support from the heavens and the earth, from our ancestors who've passed, to our animals who are present, to our guardian angels and our intuition that guide us to the future. What a wonderful reading. This is a beautiful time. Don't be afraid to express yourself, to spend time with your eyes closed in the darkness, listening and dancing, experiencing that invitation to simply be mindful and connect to that light within. Hummingbird, the beautiful, tiniest little symbol of joy. Our ancestor reminding us of that radiant love that lies within us. There will always be challenges, but I challenge you to practice and to create that new way. Right now, in the stars and the planets are telling us, as Mercury is going into that, it's opposing Jupiter. Don't want to go into the details, but this is a time of taking that leap of faith. Worst case scenario, you learn and you reroute. But it takes those foundations of faith. We are meaning to ask ourselves those deep questions. Look at your journal. Look at the progress. What have you learned? Have the passages that you were writing gotten smaller? Have you been more precise with those dreams? Are you continuously asking yourself questions instead of blaming? These are all questions to answer, because you are the main character in this story. You are the co-creator of the world, of our world. And by sitting here, listening to this reading, creating that action plan, you are creating the winds of change. Isn't this exciting? So come, let's go deeper. Let's start with a body scan. And for those of you that are unaware, a body scan is where we imagine a hoop that is hovering high above our head. Inhale, let it go higher. As high as you can imagine. Exhale, let it sink down ever so gently, leaving a bubble in its wake. Yeah, bubble. That bubble's your transportation. That hoop is your relaxation. So imagine that hoop reaching your forehead, relaxing your eyes, closing, relaxing your tongue, releasing your jaw, your throat, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, go all the way back up as high as you can imagine, even higher as the last time. Feel that inhale. Sink, 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 sink. Maybe just a bit faster. This is a perfect time to lay back if you can. Feel that hoop doing its thing. Feel that bubble placing you in that thing. Don't worry, your mind will remember. Give it a chance. Inhale. Give it a chance. We give our mind that direction. Place that mind in its garden. Feel that connection back, calling you to Mother Earth. Feel the anticipation in your legs. Sink into the darkness. Sink. If you've come to the end, tie it off like a balloon. Create a root that's going to connect back to Mother Earth. Tie it off, connect. Your mind will remember. Give it a chance. Sink. Feel that connection happening once again in your mind, in your body. Open up that next level. Go into the dark. Remember, before there was light, there was dark. You are that light in the dark now. This is where we come to be that scenery. This is where we come to unlock that magic. You found your tribe. Here in the original source, anything is possible. Believe that your guardian angels are here to hold you, to love you, to support you. But they need to be invited to be part of the action, part of that guide, part of that narration that's happening. You're writing the script while they're narrating, encouraging you to shine. This invitation doesn't have to be ensued through a prayer. You can just acknowledge them. Stop trying to do everything on your own. Accept the help of your tribe. They're part of it. Let those barriers of independence fall. So that you can be back with the fold and be held in unconditional love and be cherished, not just by the heavens, but here on earth by your tribe. Can you challenge yourself to do that? To be happy? To look for the joy first? This is a great time to practice this. To open up into that mind's eye, that mind's garden, and see all the beautiful flowers that we've planted, all the beautiful seeds of hope and love and acceptance. Take time throughout your day to observe your thoughts, to hear that inner dialogue. Your body can hear you. What's the conversation like? Are your thoughts and words aligned with your highest and greatest good? Are they nurturing? Be aware of that wild woman inside, calling you, challenging you to balance out that intuition, to communicate, to adapt. Most of all, to be curious. Come. Let's practice that imagination just a bit more. Let's balance out our mind and our body just a bit more. Let's go deeper. Sink. Sink and allow that darkness to take over. Don't be afraid of the dark. We're born in the dark, raised in the dark, loved in the dark, supported. Go deeper into the dark. Find those flames of passion that we're so familiar with. Come. Use those ears. Let them transport you. Welcome back to the fire. Here, we sacrifice all that we no longer want. Here we sit in gratitude for the progress that we've made. Here we welcome all that want to shine, all the curious beings that come with their highest and greatest good, that come to achieve their highest and greatest good. So come, sit by the fire. Warm yourself and warm your thoughts so we can do a tapping. What? What's a tapping? A tapping is simple. A tapping is where we allow our body to decide what our mind is overwhelmed with. Our mind is overwhelmed with all of the anxieties that we have. But when you connect to tapping, to that EFT, you allow your body to decide what to let go of. You allow that release to happen in the most whisper of a way, I guess would be the best way to say it. You'll just realize something's missing. And know that at that opportunity, you get to replace it. Hence, I give you something to replace it with. So we're going to do that Control-Alt-Delete and delete a program that your body no longer wants. And input a program of spiritual awakening. So we can accept those divine helpers and those guardian angels. And know that we are welcome into all levels of support from the heaven and from earth. So find a spot to sit, get close to the fire, pull that imaginary blanket around you, and find that area on your hand where you would do a karate chop and tap, tap. This is how we wake up that emotional body. Switch hands and tap. Tap. It doesn't matter how long you tap. It's whatever you feel. Move to that area on your eyebrow, that third eye area, in between your eyes, and tap, tap. When my mind sways negatively, I remind myself of love, truth, gratitude, and my love for spirit. Move to your temples and tap, tap. I am the observer of my thoughts. Tap. Move to under your eyes and tap. I am the observer of my thoughts and I do not let them bring me down. Tap. Move to that area under your nose, that little divot, and tap. I remind myself to have gratitude and acceptance for what is, and to have the courage of my convictions. Move to under your lip, on your chin, and tap. I constantly pursue a clear understanding of spiritual truths behind all that is. Slide down your throat to your clavicles and tap. I understand spiritual truth behind all things and all that is unfolding. Now slide under your arm like you're giving yourself half a hug and tap. Take the time to ask yourself, what am I thinking? And is it the truth? Switch hands and tap. Having a positive attitude or a negative attitude on your life. Are your thoughts having a positive or negative impact on your life? Tap the top of your head. I awaken my spiritual truth. And exhale. Sit here for a minute. Stay covered. The warmth of that fire is that example of that support. Imagine feeling it, hearing it. Open up your mind. Live in the curiosity of things. Your thoughts are what you feed yourself, or what you feed. I am telling you that it is time to weed that garden, to see it grow in all of its beauty, to take the time throughout your day and observe your thoughts and observe that inner dialogue. Are you ready? Are you ready to make your way back to the void? Come. Do you hear the hummingbird? Here to transport us back. Come. Let the buzzing, the gentle buzzing, take us back to the void. They sound like sweet little kisses. But come. Make your way back. Leave the warmth of the fire. Find that darkness. There we go. Welcome back. Welcome back to the void. Know that every time you close your eyes, you enter into the void. And this is where we pick up the magic. This is where we pick up our creativity. Be reminded that you are a blessing, and it's time to shine. So wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, open your eyes. Open your eyes to all of your magic. Thank you once again for liking, for listening, for encouraging, for subscribing. Know that your uniqueness is adding that spark of change in the world. So thank you again for practicing, for liking, for listening, for sharing our message of connection, for strengthening our tribe. Once again, you are a blessing. So I offer you more blessings to you, to me, and to all who listen.